Agora eu só vou fazer o envio de links aqui.
O quê?
Só vou fazer envio de links. Eu não acreditava que eu estava mutado. Eu não acreditava que estava mutado. Caramba.
É sempre o mais óbvio, viu?
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cab okay.
Good. Got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
será que tem copyright?
2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
Espero que não.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the windshield.
1 minute to drop off. Move to
Isso
the
daí
rear.
é só quando os caras hibernam. Na maioria das vezes eles acordam.
World's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
O engraçado é que o Hideo Kojima ele aparece no
Jack, I've got
Cyberpunk.
some important news.
O Hideo Kojima aparece no Cyberpunk 2077 como referência no início, quando você vai fazer.
Our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of
Não, eu
initiation
não olhei essas configurações.
Don't get cocky, this is
Eu olhei
training.
depois de ter gravado um vídeo e levar pra mim.
So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Tô nem brincando.
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 design group, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Is he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established design bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. He used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, and the whole ordeal had left him exhausted. We checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. It was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President commanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. So the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the U.S. agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete. We were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It's either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital and handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our models.
About Sokolov?
Yes, he was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests in semi-Palatins.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev is ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino Yas, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs? Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon. It's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The full surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory. Somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
You don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant.
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see, I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. Oh, and Snake.
Yeah,
The crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea. This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin. This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I liked snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject,
E aí,
how
Hannibal?
exactly am I
Bom
supposed to
demais.
find myself?
You've been issued a knife and a
Estamos
tranquilizer.
aqui no meio da
Use
frente.
them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
E se você tiver uma ideia pra questão de infiltração, pode
I
me
lost
ajudar aí,
a
viu?
tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you better go back and get it. You know where it
Beleza?
is?
No problem. I can see it from here.
Coloquei
It's
um
stuck
negócio
on a
ali
branch.
pra quando eu receber mensagem, sempre recebo,
To climb
consigo
a
ver as
tree,
mensagens.
stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
Basicamente,
I'll be
nessa
monitoring
missão
the
aqui do
progress of
jogo,
the
aqui,
raid.
na história,
Can't risk violating
a
the
gente
Soviet
tem que
airspace
entrar
without
pra
being
resgatar
captured.
um cara e não
My
podemos ser
frequency
vistos.
is 140.85.
Só que isso daí é teoricamente, por
I'll
causa
give you a
que
call
tem
if
um
I
modo
need to
de
talk to you.
gameplay que
If you need
é
to talk to me,
literalmente que você
use
não
the
pode
send
ser visto.
function.
Se o inimigo te
Okay,
percebeu,
Snake,
já
go get
era,
your
é
backpack.
como se tivesse morrido. Aí, por exemplo, tá vendo no lado direito aqui do nosso personagem? Ele está olhando mais ou menos para a direção, o lado superior direito. Questão de porcentagem de camuflagem. Quando entra no mato aumenta e quando deita basicamente desse jeito essa infiltração. Aí eu tô deixando no modo original. Aí uma coisa, por exemplo, a gente tem essa mochila aqui pra pegar. Aí quando a gente, o físico jogador não percebe, vai passar direto, os caras meio que ligam,
Snake, where do you think
pedindo
you're
pra
going?
voltar pra
You
trás.
can't expect to proceed with the mission without any weapons or equipment. First, you'll need to recover your backpack. It's caught on a tree to the south. Press the action button to climb the tree and retrieve your backpack. Is that clear? I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left.
Beleza, negócio.
From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example. Your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy
Aí, a
tranquilizer.
única do Brasil mais próxima de BR é em
However, the
espanhol.
suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches zero, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment. Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. There'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death bill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. Send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth?
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtual transmission now. soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Speak. You won't hand over Sokolov.
Speak.
Up ahead. Our numbers are strong.
Speak.
If you fall from the rope bridge, you're finished.
Speak. Fast.
See it.
Speak.
Up ahead. The abandoned factory.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is dumb. I can't see Sokolov from here. Security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. You should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake. No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so rude.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the targets.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, the man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since...
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get...
Saving the game, Snake? Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla King of Monsters?
No. What is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test.
Created a time paradox. Snake, you can't go changing the future like that.
Snake, can you hear...